Okay, could you hear our music or anything that we were just playing?
You couldn't hear anything?
Oh, we were like jamming out.
We had some music going, having a great time while you guys are just sitting there in silence. Can you guys hear us now? Okay. Can you hear us?
No.
No one can hear us. Okay.
Hear you now.
Oh, you can hear now.
You can hear us now.
Okay, great.
But we couldn't
right.
before.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's funny.
That was Christian's amateur move.
Yeah, it's 5 a.m. here. It's my excuse. Okay, sorry, guys. We're going to share the screen now, and and I'll just admit a couple more people.
All the latecomers. No.
Okay. All right. So today I didn't really have much planned, except for I might attempt a couple of more advanced moves, which would be like trading against the trend, which is for newcomers. I definitely don't, I don't recommend you do that, but you can do it, and I did it quite successfully all day yesterday. And so, but can I just get in the chats again? How many people have been? Oh, how many people missed our previous sessions? So, like, put a 1 in the chat if this is your first session with us, with Jemma and I.
And 2 if you've been on with us before.
Stop it.
No. I'm just going to mute everybody there.
Okay, so we've got quite a mixture. So that's right. What we're going to be doing, if you haven't watched one of our sessions before, definitely go back and watch, because the first 2 that we did was just a very, very simple strategy that if you are brand new to using Hourglass or brand new to using this strategy, it's a very, very simple strategy.
What do I need?
Otherwise, today we will obviously be going over the basics and as well adding to it. Okay. iPhone, I don't know who you are, but I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, repetition is key. Okay. So the more you see us trade live, the more we walk through these steps, the better it'll make sense and the more you'll understand it.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can just stop the screen share and then go do it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, let everybody in. Sorry, guys, the last bit of people joining us, and we shall
mute all. There we go. All right, cool. Okay, so we're going to do a quick rundown. We're going to speed through this and get into trading. And I always say that, and it takes me ages, so we shall see. So for those of you who are brand new, Jemma and I did I'll just admit a couple of people there. Did a couple of sessions recently where we went through the Hourglass Scanner. Why is it not working? Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties. Let's just refresh that. Man, there's still a lot of people coming in here, so I'm just having to admit them. So Jemma and I we've done a couple of sessions where we've gone through the Hourglass Scanner, which is a really basic scanner. It's a scanner that we always use to demonstrate trading because it's scalping the market. You can find a lot of trades in a short period of time, and it's fairly easy to get going pretty quickly with trading on the Hourglass Scanner. All of the scanners and all of the techniques that you use for trading, they do take time to master. But the Hourglass Scanner in particular is something that you can get going with right away, and you might not win all your trades, or your win-loss ratio might not be amazing, but you can start getting a feel for the markets and seeing how the market moves, and start getting getting your mind to start recognizing patterns and things like that. And all of these things that you learn on Hourglass, doing a lot of trades in a short period of time, you can then either continue to refine your trading skills with Hourglass, like I have over the last year and 4 months, Otherwise, you can also take this and everything that you learn from repetition and move to another trading style. And it's all applicable. You know, once you learn how the markets move, you can then transition between any of the scanners fairly quickly and easily and find something that works for you. I like this scanner and Hourglass because, yeah, it's fast trading and I kind of like it. It keeps me engaged and I'm not waiting around for trades, you know, that sort of thing. But in saying that, Jemma and I have been recently sort of venturing out into some other trading styles, and there is a lot of good, you know, all of the scanners are great, but there's a lot of great techniques. Amanda shared a technique with us yesterday, which was it just blew our minds. It is so simple. What's that lady's name?
I'm going to tell you guys now.
Gemma's going to find out.
So it's obviously different. This is binary trading. So this one that I'm going to share the name of it now with you. It is FRX trading, but it is probably one of the easiest strategies. And I'm not saying it to try and confuse you guys, but just to have a look, because you can be doing both, right? I feel like this one's pretty simple. The biggest thing you'll have to learn is how to enter trades onto MetaTrader 4. But outside of that, the actual strategy is one video and it's pretty simple. So it is. So if anybody wants to try it, it is called, if you go into FRX, it's Kathy, Kathy, Kathy Kirkland, and you just want to look up the video called 7-Minute Candle. Okay, so just a little bit of something for you guys to have a look. It's literally, and everybody yesterday, just some of our mentors were trading with it yesterday, and everybody has been having a very high success rate on it. Super simple. Yeah. So definitely
we're not going to go over it now, but it was just something that was just blowing everybody's minds yesterday, how simple this is an FRX trade can be. And you really don't have to look for much. And it seems like Jemma and I are going to give it a go today, but it seems like everybody's been having great success with it. So definitely check that out. The point with this conversation is that you know, Hourglass Scanner, what we're teaching today, might not be the thing for you in the long run. And I'm not trying to pull anybody away from their current learning. If you're learning something right now, and then I think stick to something for a little while to see whether it's clicking for you. It does take time for these things to click. So don't you know, scrap everything that you're doing just because of what we're doing here. Everything sort of transitions quite well between them. But yeah, definitely check out that one.
We definitely trade Hourglass the most. So this strategy that you're going to see us trade tonight, we definitely trade this the most. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share your screen again. Let's get into it.
All right. So for those of you who are brand new, I'm just going to actually jump on to, where do I have my Facebook page?
Oh, no, it's going to nobody.
There we go. Because at the top, if you go into your Facebook and then go at the top, go into your groups and go to the MIB Elite group, which you all should be in. Let's move those. Then at the top here, if you click on more and go down to files, in files here, there's a few sort of resources in here. There's actually the IM Academy guides to Hourglass, and Cash Trap is the old name for Hourglass. So those two, you can read through those. It's applicable information, and a lot of it doubles up because that's what I learned off of. But I last week just quickly typed up sort of my steps, which I put in here, and Jemma and our trade tracking spreadsheet is in there as well. So hopefully everybody has been tracking their trades. Yeah, we've had a few people send through their trade tracking, and we'll be giving away two lots of $100 worth of Bitcoin at the end of this call. Put a one in the chat if you sent in your your spreadsheet, or if you've been tracking this week. We honestly didn't get that many, so the chances of winning is quite high.
David, yes, we will put this in the Discord. We'll put these files in the Discord. Everything is slowly being transitioned over to the Discord. So yeah, they will be going across.
Yeah, we've got to get used to doing
soon.
that. All right.
Okay, guys, let's start.
Okay, so this spreadsheet, this little document here is what we'll be using today. So
Yeah.
we're not gonna spend as much time as we did last week on this. You can just have a read through these and feel free to message me directly. I typed this up pretty quickly, so I'm sure maybe it doesn't make fully sense. So you can just message me if you have any questions. So the first thing we do is we're going to check our folders. And you see, you go to this website here, and basically what that is it's a website that tells you if there's anything going on in the current markets. So with news, overseas, bank holidays, big decisions being made in Parliament and everything like that, anything that can affect the way that the markets would move. And basically, if you come here, if you see colored folders, gray, yellow is okay, but orange, red, or gray folders is something that you should look out for. So what that would mean for us is that we would potentially, given that we've got a whole bunch of folders on CAD, so the Canadian dollar, we might not trade that today. But
yeah, because it's red and orange, right? So what you want to do here is try and obviously avoid trading it, or just make sure you are looking, is the market super spiky? Are they not matching up? Because obviously those are indicators that you just wouldn't trade those particular currency pairs.
Now, the reason why I show this routine is I think it's really important for everybody to do this with any trading that you're doing, if it's one day within the day. But in saying that, if you follow the steps in this guide, you'll be able to, it'll automatically tell you whether that market is volatile or not. So with the hourglass trading, if you're following these steps, then this isn't so important. The thing that is really important is coming into here, that market tab at the top there, and coming in and checking where you're at in the session times around the world. And as part of this strategy, you don't want to trade within 45 minutes. I actually say within 1 hour, but say 45 minutes either side of a market opening or closing. So here you can see Sydney opened there, Tokyo, and we've got an overlap. The London market closed just over an hour ago. So we're more than 45 minutes out from that. So we're good. So we can trade now, because what happens is when a market opens or closes, you'll often find that the market trends will change or reverse. And that's when you get a little bit more volatility. So you'll get more success if you don't trade 45 minutes either side of those. Okay, read over your notes from your trading sessions from last week. Do you want to keep the chat open just so we can see if there's any 50-50 odds of winning?
Not quite, but
just reading that comment about 50-50 odds of winning. No, we had a little bit more than that, but yeah, it's a pretty good chance of winning. Read your notes from the previous trading session. So last week we did the giveaway incentive, because we really want to, just encourage everybody to start tracking your trades, because it's not about winning or losing, especially when you're first starting out. It's just about being consistent and then being able to tell what is your win-loss ratio and improve on that over time, possibly before you go live, or before you up your live account, that sort of thing. So it's really important for me. I think that our trading game stepped up a lot when we started tracking, and you can actually see, okay, am I really winning? What am I doing consistently to make me win, etc. So great, hats off to those of you who did that last week, because honestly, I know sometimes that the reality hits you that, hey, my win rate isn't that high. And that's what you need. You need a little bit of a slap in the face so that you can go back, get the education, and continue to improve. And if you're being consistent in your timings and the time of day that you trade, and that sort of thing, then you can start identifying where you're having more success and where you're not, because the time of day and every day that you trade, the market is different. So it's not black and white. So every day you might have the perfect strategy, and you'll go in, and some days it'll be different. So finding consistency through timing and trade timings, like the length of your trades, and all that within your tracking spreadsheet will help you to sort of identify what's the best.
If you are like brand new, I wouldn't be tracking, but at least if you've been in it for a little while and you're understanding what you're doing, I would definitely start tracking, because that's also going to help you know when to fund a live account. It's also going to help you on the days that you have losses, because remember, a lot of this, 95% of it is mindset, right? So if you can start seeing, okay, even a losing week, I can still be having a profitable month.
Yeah.
Where if you're not tracking this and you start having some losses, that affects you. But if you start tracking it and seeing, okay, you know, I'm going up, or I'm having a little pullback, I'm going up, because this is what your account's going to look like, right? You're going to be like this. As long as you're still in an upwards trend, that's all that matters. So,
and just really quickly, one thing that I mentioned to a few people who were messaging me, it can be very helpful if you're brand new to have 2 demo accounts. Okay, it sounds silly, but 2 demo accounts. One demo account is where you just get as much trades in as possible, and you're just learning the markets, and you don't have to track that one. Get a second demo account, which you treat like a real account. Treat it 100% like real money, where you wait for the perfect trades every single time, and you track every single trade. So I think that's very helpful if you're brand new, and then that'll help you know when to go live.
And like Trista was saying, you actually start to see which currency pairs you are winning and enjoying, right? Because sometimes you might only ever be trading 2 or 3 currency pairs.
Oh, come here.
How do I do this without having to go back onto the
Okay, how do we mute everybody? You might have to stop the screen share. Oh no, here we go.
Share?
Yeah, anyway.
I'll just quickly mute all. Mute all, there we go.
Okay, should we get in?
All right. Okay, and now there's a few steps, and I'm just going to read them to you really quickly. I'll just share my screen again. Sorry, we're a little bit out of routine, guys. We're on the road at the moment. We're traveling up to Auckland, which is the major city in New Zealand, where we're going to go pick up our caravan finally after 4 months of waiting. So we're on the road, and things are a little bit all over the place. So just bear with us. So be patient. Can everybody see my screen? Just say yes if you can see my screen. Great. Okay. Be patient. Sometimes you need to come back in 15 minutes if the market isn't aligning. So the market very often with the strategy, quite a few things need to align, and quite often you'll need to just give it a little bit of time. So be okay with missing some trades. Just wait for all the right trades to come along. Trade with the trend. This strategy will ensure that you're trading with the trend. Looks like we've got a little one waking up. And find a pullback. So what we do with this strategy, and I'll just jump to Hourglass. So for those of you who haven't been on Hourglass before, this is what it looks like. This is what the scanner looks like. When you go into your scanners, you're going to look for HS, which is that one. Actually, I think it's under Liberty no, sorry, not HS. It's under Liberty these days, which is Liberty. Yeah, so that one there, you're going to click on Liberty. On the top here under strategies, just switch to Hourglass. Make sure that Hourglass thing is ticked. And then this is what you'll see. With this strategy, essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to identify a trend. Like this one here is a great example. Everything's trending down. And then when the market does a pullback like here and here, so the market goes down, it pulls back, we're trying to get an entry just, around about there so that we can go with the market. And it pulls back, we try and get an entry there and go with the market. And by following these steps in this document that I've laid out, you will be essentially trading with that trend and trading pullbacks. So that's pullbacks, breaks, and retests is what we're looking for. Check for obstacles or resistance zones that may block your trade. So I'll get into those in a minute. And we're looking for support and resistance zones for best entries. The great thing about scanners is that they do all of the work for you. These lines here, the red lines and the green lines, are support and resistance zones, which the scanner automatically spits out for us. So that you don't even need to do marking up of your charts, although that is a skill that I think you should practice. Consider your trade timings based on the current market movement. So I usually, 99% of the time I do 3-minute trades. So you've got to stick to something. If my broker has got rollover, which allows me to extend my trades to about a 5-minute time frame. So if you're using pocket option, then if the markets are moving slow on a particular day, you might opt to use 5-minute trades. I haven't really tested that. So you just got to try out and see what works best for you. Refresh your scanner often. Very important, especially they've just done some updates to the scanners, and I've noticed that they haven't been refreshing very well. So like this one here, you can see for those of you who have been using Hourglass here, you can see when the call out was made. So on the right hand side here, there's suggestions for trades. This one was made 32 minutes ago, so that hasn't been refreshed. They actually spit them out every 5 minutes. So I've noticed that since they've done the update, you literally have to update it all the time. So update it every couple of minutes to make sure that you're getting the latest trade. So you can see there's a 3-minute one and a 3-minute one. Okay. And then where are we? Oh yeah, refresh your scanner option. Okay, so now we're going to take the steps. So these steps here that I've laid in the document these are sort of the goals that we're trying to achieve. These steps here, if you follow these steps to the T, they will ensure that you're achieving these sort of goals. So currency strength, you want to try and find pairs with 15 to 20 points in difference. So right hand side here, we've got the 2 different currencies. So we've got the AUD and the Swiss francs. So the currency strengths are written up here. So 31 and 76. So the Swiss franc is a lot stronger than the Australian dollar at the moment. And you're trying to find pairs like this where there's at least 15 to 20 points difference. So there's one there, there's one there. This one is too close together, so we probably won't trade that one today. So it doesn't matter which way around it is. We can either trade up or down. It doesn't really matter as long as there's that points in difference. The EMA line, color line is this one here, the one that switches red to green. So there we go. It goes red to green. Basically, when it's above the line, it'll be green. When it goes below the line, it will be red. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to trade in the direction of the currency strength. So if you've got AUD chef, I'm just checking what indicators we're not. So the indicators on Hourglass are, so somebody just asked, could you advise what indicators we're using on Hourglass? The Hourglass scanner has all of the indicators already in them. So you got the Stochastic and the RSI at the bottom here, and all of the EMA lines and everything in there is already at Bollinger Bands is already set up for you. That's the great thing about these scanners. So you don't need to do anything. It's all there. And I will get into how you're going to read those in a moment. So basically, we want to trade with the trend. So you can see AUD chef there is trending down according to this. So the chef is a lot stronger, so it's going down. The other thing that you want to confirm is the red line. So if it's down, we basically want price to be below the red line. So we're trying to confirm 2 things. One, the price needs to be going in the direction of the chef, but also we want to confirm that that the red line is above this, because basically that will say it's not just a short-term trend, but it's actually a long-term trend. So if you're going to go for puts, basically this means that you have to go for puts, and then you want to confirm that the red line is there, because that is also another indicator that you're going to go for puts. And I'm sorry, I'm not explaining it very well this morning. We have not had a lot of sleep either. So let's go back to here. Trade call out arrow in direction of trend. Obviously, you get every time that a new trade gets called out, you'll get an arrow, and it will tell you, the direction that the scanner is telling you to trade in. In this scenario, we know we want to trade down because of this chef being stronger. We know we want to trade down or puts because of the red line, which is great. So those are 2 confirmations for me. But this arrow is pointing in the wrong direction, so we won't take this trade. We want to wait till the arrow is pointing downwards for this particular pair. I hope that makes sense for you guys. And then we're also looking for overbought and oversold in the Stochastic and the RSI. Now, this is really key. I haven't really emphasized this a lot in the previous sessions because I'm trying to build onto, sort of build in layers. But you'll get a lot more success if you really wait for your RSIs and your stochastics to be in the right place. And what I mean by that is if you've got a situation, if you're going for puts, you want the stochastic and the RSI to be above or touching the red line. So if you're going to go for puts, it's going to be red. So that's everything aligns in terms of your colors. And so essentially you want a red arrow, you want a red line on the EMA, and you want your stochastic and your RSI to come up to the red line as well. So red, 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 we're getting a full alignment, and then that's going to be a great trade setup. And everything in reverse if you're going to go for calls. So if we find a currency pair that's in the reverse situation, let's see if we can find one down here. This one's only got 10 points difference. Okay, this one here, Euro NZD. Yeah, okay. Euro NZD, I'm not liking it because it's quite choppy. See how it's cutting through the EMA consistently. You really want ones that are trending nicely for a period of time above or below the EMA. But this still, in the current situation, is still an example. So we've got, oh no, that's not an example, wrong way around. Let's see if I can find one. Looks like everything is trending in the wrong direction, so I can't give you an example of that. No, sorry guys, it looks like I don't see this very often, but it looks like everything here is trending down or towards the lower pair. So I can't actually give you an example, but essentially what it would mean is you'd be looking for the top pair to be stronger than the bottom pair, which tells you that you want to trade upwards. You'd be looking for a green upwards arrow. You'd be looking for a green line, and then you'd be looking for the RSI and stochastic to be at least below this green line here. And that will tell you, yes, okay, we're going to go for calls. So everything is aligning for calls. And then check for obstacles. So this is one of the things that is also very important. When you check for obstacles, there's a few things that can be obstacles, but the major thing that could be an obstacle blocking your trade is going to be this this black EMA line. So if, for example, here, if I had a trade where everything was telling me, you know, we've got the green arrow, let's just say that this line was green, it was below there, and the currency strength was in the direction of the trade, everything was lining up. This one isn't lining up, but if everything was lining up, I would be cautious if the trade was very close to this black line here, because this black line here can, in this scenario, it hasn't been, it's actually just been smashing through it. But in a lot of cases, it can act as a support or a resistance. So you can find that the price will come and it'll bounce off of it. It'll come up and it'll bounce off of it. Like sometimes it pushes through, like this is an example, it slightly pushes through, but it ends up coming down. And even over here, it went up and it struggled to get through it. It came back down and then it eventually went through it. So this is really one of the biggest obstacles that you're going to look out for. If you've got a trade that was right here going up, you'd maybe not take that trade and wait to see what it does. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Also, this EMA line here, the colored one, can also act as support and resistance. So again, I mean, I don't like to trade pairs that are doing this, that are constantly breaking through this, because it's telling me that there's no real strong trend forming. So you want to stay away from those in any case. But that can also be an obstacle to your trade. Check higher time frame. Now, this is something that we're going to try and do a lot more in this live session. So checking the higher time frame to confirm your trade. I cannot tell you how important that is, guys. Like seriously, if you are constantly, you know, you're following all the steps, and your trades are still seeming to be going wrong, it's probably because the higher time frames are doing something in the complete opposite direction of what you're wanting to do. And I'll explain that. So right now, let's see if we can find a pair that's lining up nicely. So we've got AD Chef, which might move. So AD Chef is going for a put. It's going, the currency strength here is great for a downwards. This arrow is showing green, but in the next candle, it'll probably be, sometimes what I do is I look at here, I look at these ones, even though they're green, this is another indicator of what the system is calling out. It's calling out a call by this green. This is saying that there's a green arrow. This little bar will say it's green or it's red, and it tells you which direction the suggestion is in. Sometimes what I do is I'll still check these out because I know in the next candle it'll be for a put, and I can see how close is it getting to sort of the support and resistance to be ready to go, and what is this RSI doing here. And we want that to go, as we know, we want that to go and cross over the red line to be able to take a put. But that one's not quite lining up. We'll see if there's anything else. AUD, USD, no. So very quickly, just as I'm scanning through, as I look at these, what I'm doing is I'm obviously, first of all, I'm looking at these numbers here to see if there's a spread and which direction this currency strength is in. The next thing I'm checking is this bar here to see which way the suggestion is, whether it's green or whether it's to go up or down. The next thing I instantly check is how close is this here to the red or the green line, depending on which way I'm wanting to trade. So this one here, for example, we've got 16-point spread, okay, 16-point spread. It is currently for a call, but in 2 minutes 44, it's going to switch around the other way. All right, so this one here is looking good there, and we're getting close to a new candle, and I can instantly see, looking down here, that this is creeping up to this red line. So we're getting ready for this to come back down. You'll notice that market moves in waves. Whenever it moves below this green line, it eventually shoots back up. Whenever it moves above this red line, it eventually shoots back down. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to catch trades here and here, here and here. And so I can see now this is busy moving up, and we're getting ready for a good setup. So we've got the market moving in waves here. We get a pullback. Moving in waves, we get a pullback. Moving in waves, and we're busy getting a pullback here. And so what we're going to wait for, we're going to just wait for this one. In 2 minutes time, we'll get a new suggestion, and it should, the scanner should spit out a new resistance line when the next candle forms. And so that's going to help us with an entry point. Also, this is heading towards, can you check just questions? I can't. Okay. Yeah, true. We should log in as me next time. This one here is heading towards our EMA. So I really like it when I see that, especially if I can get a resistance line like over here. If you can get a resistance line near your EMA, then you've got two obstacles, which is going to tell you that the trade is going to bounce off of those obstacles. So that's really, really handy. And I'm just going to check the messages here. Okay, perfect. Pop this. Okay, so we're just going to be a little bit patient, guys, and we're just going to wait and see what this is doing. CAD Chef is showing a put, is it? If I refresh, yes, I haven't refreshed. Thank you. Refresh my scanner. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Suddenly, I'm actually going to message in because the scanners just haven't been refreshing nicely. So at the moment, if you're trading, make sure you refresh all the time. Thank you for that, Paula. Okay, perfect. So we're going to put, it's not quite up to the red line here, so it's not perfect, but I'm going to use just this one as an example. If you see, sometimes you'll see the resistance lines, support and resistance lines will do this sort of, they'll bend down like that. What you can do is you can use the point, so the very end, so you can see it's hard to see behind the candle itself, especially when the candle's red. You see the point there, we can use that as our entry opportunity, or you can use the next nearest support or resistance line, and they're about in the same place there. Oh, there we go. So it's actually just spit it out now. I'm just going to refresh my scanner because I've got a new candle coming in. So CAD Chef, see if we can find it, CAD Chef. For a put, okay, here we go. So this is what we're looking for, guys. It's setting up. We've got a 3-point score, and that's going up above the red line here. So everybody get ready on CAD Chef. We might enter this one. Now, the scanner itself gives you a suggestion for an entry point. Looks like we may have lost it. I don't use these entry points because they can be right a lot of the time, but I find often they're not. So I think that they're right. They're right about 50 or 60% of the time. But I would prefer to wait and only take the trades with the best setups.
Who entered that trade?
Yeah, did anybody enter that trade?
Talking. Put a 1 in the. I'm in.
I'm in. Nice. Okay. Great, guys. Let us know how you go. You'll probably clear this one. It's looking good. So
nice. Everyone's like, come on, let's trade. I did and did not clear. Okay, yeah, it's probably got a little bit too early.
Do you know, can you tell me your entry point there? So what, do you know when you entered?
That you can do.
Can you, Dwayne, can you guys put in your entry level, just the last 3 numbers? 837, perfect. So you entered at 837. So the scanner recommended 844. The way that I do it is I don't look at that. I go by this line, where this line is at currently. So for me, the entry would have been at 851. So CAD Chef 851. So Sarah, you got a good entry. I would enter anywhere within 10 points of 851, ideally on 851. So if we go back to, I'm just going to jump on binary cent, and it's CAD Chef. Let's let's see, where is catch?
Yeah.
Did I go past it? My brain is a bit slow this morning. There we go. So did we even get up to 851? Let's see when, and this would have been in the last. Yeah, so we got up to 855. So 851 would have been my entry point, and got in at 851. Okay, Jen, let me know if you win that one. I hope you do. It looks like it's getting stuck up there. But that's an example of why I don't wait for this. I don't go by this. I wait till it gets to that. Oh, nice. I think it's Cena also got in at 851. Let us know, guys, if you guys win those. If you don't, you know, sometimes you
do I
lose
need
them.
to play some music for you guys? I'll play some music till you clear.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm just going to talk in the background here.
More trades.
You already, yes. Every time I trade now, I play this music in my head. And but yeah, that's the perfect example of why you want to wait, guys. Just oh, nice, Jen. So there you go. Jen just gave us.
She's probably doing 2-minute trades.
Jen is just a pro at this, so she clears every single call out. So
nice.
857 and cleared. There you go. So that's the importance of just being patient.
Yes.
Don't enter into every single trade that you see. Just wait. All right, you'll get a lot better hit rate. All right. So does anybody, before we get into the just trying to find trades, is there anything that you guys want us to oh, actually no, there's one more thing that I wanted to cover. Just one more thing, and this is something that I really want people to practice more as you want to refine the Hourglass scanner. This is the most important thing, is when you are finding a setup like this. You know, we've had all of the indicators to say that it's going to go down. It's hit our resistance line. You want to quickly switch up to the higher time frames, and essentially what you're looking for is a signal that it's going to come down on a higher time frame. So on this higher time frame, it's moved up, and it also hit the resistance on that 851. This one's not a perfect example. Really, what would be great is if it was, say, because we were going for a put. So it would be really good if it had been consistently moving up into an area of resistance. And then if this was overbought on the higher time frame, then that would have given us just a great confirmation. That's how you get those trades that just smash, like they go up and then they just drop. It's when you get market alignment on multiple time frames where it's overbought or oversold on those time frames. I honestly sometimes I even jump up to the 30-minute to see what is that candle currently doing. Like, for example, this candle, the previous candle was moving down. We are in a downwards trend on the 30 minutes, but you can see quite often the market moves. Sorry, you didn't clear, guys. Sorry. Well, yeah, it's, you know, you win some, you lose some, and it's really about the time that you get in. But anyway, so the thing that I want to point out here is the market moves in waves. So even on the 30-minute candle, you can see it went down for 30 minutes, then it went up for 30 minutes, then it went down for 30 minutes, then it went up for 30 minutes. So you see those waves down for 30 minutes. Now, likely it could be going up for 30 minutes. So we just took a downwards put on possibly a candle that could be moving up. Luckily, we're in a downwards trend. Like, that's why we follow these steps, because it means that you're in a downwards trend. But this is just something to be aware of. Like, you know, if you had taken a put, although on the lower time frames everything's looking great for a put, it's just by jumping up to those higher time frames and just reading and seeing, hey, in the overall bigger picture, is everything moving down currently, or is there a chance that it could be moving up? And just and that's where you find that, you know, you get the perfect trade set up. You enter the trade, you lose the trade, and then you go and jump into the higher time frames and you realize, okay, that makes sense. On the higher time frame, we weren't overbought, and you know, in fact, on the higher time frame, we were actually oversold. And as the market moves in waves on this higher time frame, it's saying that the market's probably going to move up for a little while, although it's not right now. But does that make sense to everybody? Drop a 1 if that makes sense. Drop a 2 if it doesn't make sense, and I'm not making it very clear. Okay, perfect. All right, should we drop a 2 if you just want to start trading? Yeah, okay, let's do it. All right, guys. So let's jump back
Refresh.
and refresh this scanner. I have to get really used to doing this really often. Oh, I don't. Okay, I don't know if there's anybody else to admit.
I don't think so. It's all good.
Okay. All right.
Keep going.
Gemma, get some music ready.
I am. I'm on
Let's
it.
do
Sorry,
this.
we've got a little dude who has decided to join us this morning.
Yeah, so if you hear little dinosaur noises in the background, there's
it's his favorite thing at the moment,
little
pretending
guy.
he's a dinosaur.
He loves being a dinosaur, yeah. Let me
Okay,
just
come on.
this chat, and I'm not sure why this isn't refreshing. Oh no, our internet just cut out. Connected. Oh no.
Go back into the chat.
Hey guys, we cut out there. Is everybody still on this call? We cut out there for a second.
Okay. Cool,
Okay, awesome. All right, we are back. All right, I'm not sure, our internet might not be stable, so I'm not sure if you guys have been hearing us very well, but let's go for it. All right, so let's try and find some trades. I'm just going to leave the chat open actually. Okay, there it is. All right. In the zone, yes. I was very zen there. Now our internet cut out. Okay, so AUD JPY, no, no. AUD USD, no. Those are too close together. EuroCAD could be setting up. Oh, here we go. Everybody jump on EuroCAD. We're getting ready for a setup. We're going to check the higher time frame. So we are overbought. I'm not even going to talk through it. We're just going to trade. You guys already know it. We're going to check the higher time frame, and we're moving up. So we're not quite overbought yet. So, you know, this is something to consider, but I think we're going to give it a go because we're in a heavy downwards trend anyways. So let's jump down. So EuroCAD, oh, we're heading up towards the EMA. So possibly 631 if it makes it. 631. EuroCAD. I'm going too slow, and I also got logged out.
Stop trying to teach and trade.
Yes. Yes, boss. Okay. I need to put this chat box somewhere. It kind of gets in the way. EuroCAD. Okay. So now the new candle hasn't come out yet, guys. So we might not have missed this because remember, a new candle will create a wick. So we might just catch it on the wick, which would be the perfect entry. So 628. Let's just see where it went to. EuroCAD, it went to 642. Oh, wow. Okay, so 642, 629 would have been my entry. So I'm going to take this for a put. If you do want to be patient, wait for it to get up to here, but I'm going to take this for a 3-minute put now. I'm going to wait for one more spike. Come on, give us a spike. I want 628 is my entry point. There we go. I'm in at 630. 3-minute put. See, I didn't refresh my screen, but there should be a red arrow on this. I'll refresh my screen. Who's in with this trade? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're in on the trade. Nice. Now what are we trading again? CAD. EuroCAD. It's quite frustrating having to refresh all the time recently, so I'm hoping that they're going to fix that soon. Where's our EuroCAD? Okay, so we're going to put, we took a perfect entry. We had a resistance line, an EMA line, so that's great, a great barrier for us for that to bounce off of. We're overbought, so everything is looking good. Like I said, the higher time frame wasn't quite overbought yet, so this is an example where it might continue to make its way up. But remember, we're only trying a 3-minute trade, so we just need that little pullback to win. And here we go. Let's turn up that music. Woo!
Okay, put a
Cleared.
1 if you are in this trade with us.
Yeah, I know Jen likes to do 2-minute trades, guys, and Jen smashes them out with 2-minute trades. So if you want to do 2-minute trades, if you get a great entry with a 2-minute trade, then that's great.
Clear 2 minutes. Nice.
I'm a nice dude with some nice dreams. See these ice cubes, see these ice creams. Eligible bachelor, $1 million bow. That's whiter than what's in your throat. A phantom, exterior like fish eggs.
Boom, deep in profit, guys.
I can exercise you. This could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man, man. That's how you get it. Killer with the B. I know killers in the street.
Now everybody should have cleared this trade.
So your Stochastic on trading view is probably maybe
It'll have
Rico's strategy, so it'll be different.
Yeah, it'll be different settings. Just go off the Hourglass Scanner. It's got everything you need in it, so you don't need to. I mean, you can confirm your trades across other things, but on the binary cent, there's no timer to say how long you've got left. I have to just basically guesstimate. Sorry, that's quite loud. Boom. Woo!
Nice.
Now that's how we like to clear them. Nice big gap. Good job. So everybody should have cleared that one. If you didn't clear that one, you must be on. I don't know. You must be
on a different pair.
Yeah, I don't know. You must be on a different pair if you didn't clear that one. Dwayne, you were saying you were asking how do you tell on binary cent? There's no timer for your trade. So I usually I know if my trade was ending here, I just hold my cursor on there. I look at the current time. So let's just say there, if my trade was ending at 49.40, then I just go back and I just go, hey, 48.50. So it's about a minute away. That's how I do it. And you get used to doing it like that. And you also, for rollover, you need to know that timing because you can only use rollover. You can't use rollover in binary cent within the last 45 seconds of the trade. So, all right, let's find another one. Chat. Let's see. Do you keep Hourglass at 5 minutes? Yeah, well, Hourglass automatically spits out trades on 5 minute on the 5 minute time frame. So it'll automatically be by default on the 5 minute. I only jump to the higher time frames. So I look for my setups on the 5 minute because that's all that gets spit out. I only jump to the higher or lower time frames sometimes, but higher time frames to confirm the trade. That's it. All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Next one.
Sorry. That was David. Sorry, Dwayne. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, my brain is very slow this morning. So yeah, we're visiting an old friend of mine from about 20 years ago. So we went to had a couple of catch-up beers last night. So the brain's not working as well as it should be. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's find another setup. Reversal. AD Chef, thank you for calling these out for me today. Let's see, AD Chef, where is it? AD Chef, boom. I need to refresh my scanner. It's really annoying having this chat in the way. Oh, okay, yep, we can trade this, guys. Now this is obviously trading against the trend. Okay, this is going to be trading against the trend. I don't recommend you guys do this. All right, if you're going to trade against the trend, you're going to want to do a shorter time frame. So I do 3 minute trades. I'm going to drop my trades to 2 minutes. The only times that I will trade against the trend is if this is really overbought. I'll double check it on the higher time frame to see what's happening on the higher time frame. Higher time frame on 15 minutes is overbought, but we've got to be careful because we've got a heavy downwards movement here. You want to check, see if your candles are slowing down. Right now, they're not actually slowing down. And then you go to the 30 minute. See what the 30 minute is doing and how close are you to the end of that candle, because it's on the new candle that you'll often see a reversal pattern or at least a pullback to create a wick. So I hope this is all making sense. We're moving quickly, but on the 30 minute candle, we've been moving down. We're 8 minutes till the end of the candle. We're overbought, and you can see every single time or almost every time that a candle gets created, it's been creating a really nice long wick. So that tells me within the next 8 minutes, it's likely that we're going to get a nice pullback. And I hope that makes sense. So I think we could trade this reversal. Remember, reversals are higher. They're higher risk. So I think if you're starting out, don't do this. But we're going to try this one. So we're going to get an entry AUD chef.
We're being risky
AUD
this
chef
morning.
around 800 for 2 minutes. AUD chef around 800 for 2 minutes. AUD chef 800 for 2 minutes. So I'm at 805. I'm going to literally wait. I'm going to wait for, it was actually 797. I like to wait for that. So I'm going to switch to 2 minutes. It's still 8 minutes away from that. It's still 8 minutes away. I'm going to get it now. Okay. I got a bit impatient there. So
And we're trending a reversal.
798.
So
798 was the actual entry that I would have preferred. And because we're 8 minutes away, it might mean that I might have to extend this. But the reason why I go for 2 minutes is because quite often what happens is it hits that line and then often it bounces back quickly. One thing I didn't check was to see how quickly the pair's moving. This pair's moving quite slow, so it could get stuck down here for a while. So if you've got rollover, get ready to use a rollover. I'm only doing $16 trades. All right, now remember this is riskier, so we'll see how we go. Anybody who has rollover, get ready to use it. Yes, I shouldn't be, you're right, Jen. I shouldn't be doing it, but somebody mentioned it and I traded in yesterday and I won all 9 trades yesterday. So we thought we'd give it a go. But hey, this is going to be lesson learned if we lose this one. All right, I'm going to extend mine. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not going to extend mine. We're trading against the trend. I don't want to extend and risk more money against the trend. Let's be sensible. So, hey, if it doesn't work out, that's lesson learned. Don't trade against the trend. Come on, come on.
oh,
You got to
close.
pump it up. We just need that big movement. If this was really close to the end of that 30-minute candle, you would have, I'm sure we would have gotten a big upwards movement, but come on, pump it up. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Give us a clear. Pump it. Pump it. Pump, 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 pump. Boom.
Nice.
I cleared. Did anybody else clear?
Woo, that was close, man.
So we've got a lot of clears. I really want to see how many people. Yeah, that was grace. That was not skill, guys. That was we shouldn't be doing that. Let's not do that again.
That was too risky.
But yeah, definitely trade. But you can see here. So see what I mean now? I just wanted to show you guys there. And when you get used to trading after a while, so AUD chef, we'll jump to that 30-minute candle and see how we're creating a wick now. So it's just these little things that you'll start incorporating into your training when you read the markets. Is just wicks, just something as simple as that. We're nearer to the end of the candle, there was no wick created, and we know there's a high chance of a wick being created, right? And so there we go, created a wick, and that's how we trade against the trend. But don't do it. You'll get a lot more success if you don't do that. All right, so let's go and find another one. Who wants to do one more? Say one in the chat if we want to do one more. Awesome. Somebody didn't change to 2 minutes and got a better result. So that, yeah, the reason why when I trade against the trend like that, it seems counterintuitive to shorten your trade, but what can often happen, especially if the market's moving quickly, it'll touch that line and then that wick will get created very quickly, and then eventually it'll start working its way back down again. So I like to have GBP CAD. GBP CAD, GBP shift, GBP CAD. Where is it? Oh man, I'm not really. There we go. GBP CAD. I've got to refresh my scanner. Nice, Trista.
Are you trading on MT4?
No, I think she just GBP CAD. I was actually going to start trying MT4 with Hourglass. I was going to give it a go because sometimes if you can find these great trades where you get a lot of movement. Yes, perfect. GBP CAD looks like it might be setting up, so we'll keep an eye on that. So again, we've got currency strength in the right direction. We're going for a put. We may have missed this one. We've got the resistance line forming near the EMA. I think we've missed this one. It didn't quite make it up, and so we're waiting for this to come up above the red line, we would check it on our 15-minute to see what the 15-minute is doing. The 15-minute is actually, so this isn't a great sign because it's oversold. So I'm going to try and find another one. Let me just skim through this. And sorry, we just got a kettle going in the background here. Let's jump in. EuroCAD, is that the one that we were just looking at? It's Overbought. It's the wrong direction. EuroChef. Chef is wrong direction. That's wrong direction. Euro USD. And sometimes you'll find that the market just does this, guys. Like after, you know, for like a period of 10 or 15 minutes, it just isn't lining up for you. So you just come back another time. But GBP CAD, yeah, it is. GBP CAD, if it does come up to 834, you can enter. I don't know if it will, 834 on GBP CAD. So what I sometimes do while I'm trading is I will go, if I found one that could be setting up, I'll go get it ready on here. So GBP CAD.
If we don't find anything soon, we can do the draw and then maybe come back.
Oh, yeah, true. We would do, so what I would do is I'd just go, I'd find one, okay, this one looks like it might be setting up. So I'd remember 834 is my entry, or sorry, yeah, about 830 is my entry. And then I would just bring it up on binary cent. And as I am waiting, I'll continue to look and I'll just switch in between the tabs. And if I know that 830 is my entry, so if I see it getting there, I'll quickly enter. So that's how you can trade. Remember to change your timing back. I'm on 3 minutes. So I'm going to keep looking and I'll switch back to that one. None of these are looking good.
Okay, should we do the draw?
Yeah, we'll do the draw.
Oh, we're going to wait for that one to work its way.
Let's do the draw while we wait. All right.
Okay.
So sorry guys, our kids have woken up, so they're in the background here. We'll quickly do the draw, and if we can get one more entry, that will be great. I'm going to stop our screen share here. So hey, look, if you guys get in on this one, you could enter at 825. That would be fine, or 834 would be the ideal situation. We're going to stop sharing our screen just so we can do the draw. Because we've got the kids waking up now.
You
so
want to come and do the pick a name?
How do you want to come pick the name?
Who wants to come pick the name?
Well, do you want to come pick the name? Come pick it out of the thing here. No, they're not here.
Okay.
You just do it. All right.
Who are ready?
So we're going to pick 2 names. So there's 2 giveaways today. And honestly, to you guys who took the time to go and track your trades, honestly, it's just so crucial.
You want to choose it?
Good job.
Okay.
And just try and continue with it as long as you can. Just one.
Choose one.
Just one, mate.
One, please. Good boy. Let's see.
Good boy.
Who's this?
So we've got Angela Shearer.
Are you on the chat? Are you on with us today? Just wait, Charlie. Just wait.
Is Angela on the chat? If she's not, it's fine. She will still win it. Okay. We'll do a post. We'll do a post after this with the names. Okay. One more, buddy.
One more. Good job. Let's see. Who's next?
Ken. Ken. And did we write that correctly?
Yeah, I think so.
Ken.
AYNE.
AYNE. Ken. I'm not sorry if we're pronouncing that incorrectly. Is Ken on the call today? No. Ken. Yeah! Nice one, Ken. All right.
We'll be sending you some Bitcoin.
Yeah, so we'll message you guys. I'm gonna do a post in the group to let everybody know that you guys have won, and then we'll message you and we'll figure a way. Hopefully you guys have got Bitcoin accounts that we can just send it to. Otherwise we'll figure something out. All right.
Exciting. Congratulations, guys.
Okay, yeah. I'm guessing no one got in on that trade. But look, guys, I'm sorry, but I think we have to call it. I'm sorry we didn't do that much trading. But we're doing another session tomorrow and we'll drop the link, and that one's going to be a lot less nice. We've got a lot of people that's actually cleared that. Good, guys. That's great. Yeah, look at that. There was a fat drop. So the entry didn't quite make it up to where I wanted it to, but hey, look at that. What did I want to say? Tomorrow we're going to do another session. Yeah, I was going to say, so sorry we didn't trade much today, but we're going to be doing that trading session. Did you just say that? Yeah. Okay, but we'll drop the link. It's going to be less
training and just more trading, but it's good to go over the training at the beginning because it just helps you remember the processes. It helps you follow the steps, and the more you hear it, the more it makes sense. And so hopefully by you seeing us go over it and take those trades, it helps to kind of connect the two together. So
and honestly, guys, remember, check the higher time frames. I cannot stress how important that is. Yesterday I did 9-0. The day before that I did 22-3, and that's from checking those higher time frames, because they're the reasons why they go the wrong way. Okay, all right, so practice, and we'll see you guys hopefully either tomorrow or next week's session.
Yeah, amazing, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, same time. We'll drop the links for you guys so that you can join us as well. So have a great rest of your day and see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Have a good one.